Hello everyone, this is Larry James and welcome to another edition of Community Magazine. My guest today is Linda Stainton, who is a care specialist with Homage. Hello Linda.
Hello Larry, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Oh, pleasure.
Now tell me, what is Homage?
Homage is a company that provides home care.
Right.
But our difference is that we are also a technology platform, so that we use apps for people to be able to access services.
Yes.
And choose services they would like. They can also specify what type of carer they would like, how often they would like their care,
Right.
and whatever care they would like. But to aid that, we also have people on the end of a phone as well, because we understand not everyone is technologically able.
Tell me about that.
But, you know, sometimes you might have in the family your son, daughter, grandchild
Yes.
who could help you with it. It's a very user-friendly app.
Yeah.
As you say, tell you about technology and stuff. I'm not that great either, but I found the app really
You're learning.
Well, you know, I thought if we want someone to use this, I needed to know whether it was user-friendly or whatever, and I found it very user-friendly.
Yes.
So we provide services to keep people in their home as long as possible.
Well, that's a great idea, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we service both elderly people and people who are on the NDIS program.
Okay.
We have carers who have their certificate, and we have some who don't have their certificate but have got a little experience looking after, say, a loved one that they've looked after at home, and they want to do a bit more of that. We have registered nurses and we have enrolled nurses. Right. So we have a range of staff. So, you know, depending on what services you require, we have someone that would be able to help you. Right.
And do you go out to places to work out what people
yes.
require?
Yep. We have what we call an in-person care assessment.
Yeah.
So I would go out and have a chat with the person who's wanting care, liaise with whoever's organised it. So it might be their family has organised it. It could be that they're on a home care package or an NDIS package, and that then we would possibly talk to their case manager, and we would provide a report on what I think would be beneficial for them.
Yeah.
And if that, and I just don't look at the care factor, but it might be that they would need an occupational therapist to come through, look at the house to see if they need aids to assist them getting up a couple of stairs, or needing a toilet seat so that it's easy to get up and down.
Yep.
So while we don't provide those services at the moment, we can certainly suggest that they get something like that in place.
You can organise the person to come out and
not us, but whoever's asked for the assessment.
Right.
We'd get back to them and say, look, you know, the house is a little bit unsafe. I think an OT out there would be great. They would be able to suggest something, and those aids can often be got through the packages.
Yes.
So that's helpful as well.
There's lots of aids, isn't there? Not just walking sticks and walking frames, but railings to get up a couple of stairs.
There are some really nice standing machines now that are much smaller than they used to be.
Yes.
And they're much better in the home because they don't take up as much room, and they're really easy for people to use.
Right. And if people want this service, they ring you, you come out there and you organise what they require, and then you work out which company's going to assist.
Yeah, and you know, how often they're going to require the care, you know, and as I said, whether they need a nurse or whether they need a carer.
Yeah.
So if they need help with medication management, say they're on insulin or some sort of injectable, then it would be a registered nurse or an EN who would be required. If there's someone who can do their own tablets but just needs someone to maybe remind them, then a carer could go out and help with that.
Yes, as you get older, we do tend to take a few more tablets, don't we?
Yes.
Oh, golly, it never stops. Now, what about people who are prone to falling. If something happens when they're on their own, do you sort of recommend perhaps something around their neck to?
I would, yeah. I would recommend that they would have some sort of alert device.
Yeah.
And there are options around. I know that my mother it was suggested that she had one, but being the very vain sort of...
She didn't want to use it.
Leo that she was, that's ugly. I'm not wearing that.
Yeah.
So we had to organise some other things. But there are other aids and assistances for that.
It's a difficult time for elderly people recognising that perhaps they can't do everything they used to do perhaps 20 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And that's where, you need to make sure that you get the right person for the right... It's good to get a good match.
You've got to match them, yeah.
Because, there are some who are really stubborn and you can understand. You don't want to lose control. You don't want to lose your independence. And seeing that someone's coming in to say, have you had your shower today?
Yeah.
Some people find that very confronting and their back is up before the carer even sets foot through the door.
Straight away.
So when we do our onboarding for our carers, my words of wisdom is get to the door, put a smile on your face, and with a smile on your face, it's really hard to be...
Yes.
Smile on your face is hello.
Yeah.
A frown on your face is hello.
Yeah.
So it's just, if you go in with a smile on your face, you start off on the right foot, I believe.
And the patient, if we call it that, is more relaxed and they get to know you very quickly.
Yes.
Well, it's a great initiative. Now, if they want to contact you, what do they do?
They can phone us.
Yeah. What's the phone number that people can ring you?
The phone number that the people can ring me on us is 1300 705 029.
Right.
And there is...
You got a website, haven't you?
Yeah, we do have a website, homage.com.au.
Yeah.
And there is a real person at the end of our phone line. And the real person is here in Australia, actually in the city, in Collins Street.
That's unusual, isn't it?
It can be. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. So if people want to... take part in this terrific initiative to assist you at home living, 1300 705 029, or there's a website, homage.com.au. Well, that's fantastic. What else would you like to tell us about?
Can I just give a bit of a background on Homage itself?
Sure.
Homage, we've been in Australia for 2 years. Mm-hmm. Our family... Our head office is in Singapore.
Right.
It was started by Gillian T, who wanted to give back to the community.
Yep.
She'd had people look after her and seen how good it is and how beneficial it is.
Sure.
And she decided that she would like to give back to the community, so she started Homage.
Yep.
Then expanded to Malaysia and expanded here to Melbourne, and we also have offices in Adelaide and Perth now.
Right.
So in 2 years, I started on the 6th of April, so I'm coming up for my second anniversary, which is very exciting. Yeah. I started in an office of 4 people.
Right.
We now have over 40 employees.
Fantastic.
And that's just in the office. We've got thousands of carers all around the Melbourne metropolitan area.
On the road.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to join the organisation, perhaps they've got the skills to be a carer's assistant or whatever.
Again, get onto the website.
Yep.
And there is a place where you can click on and it'll take you to the right area.
Right.
The other, just backtracking a bit, the other thing that you can do is download the app.
Yes.
The Homage app, put that in on the phone and you can sign up as a client. Yep. And as I said, it's easy. It directs you each way where to go, and the questions are really easy. You form a client profile and away you go.
Well, it sounds fantastic. Very easy. Even I could probably do that.
Yes, I think you could. I could, so I'm sure you could.
All right, Linda. Well, thank you very much for coming in today, and good luck with the company and full steam ahead.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, Larry.
Thank you. Now, my guest today has been Linda Stainton, her care specialist with Homage Australia, and we'll be back next week with another edition of Community Magazine.